In the Serie A, Nigerian boys are doing a madness. The
bruh.
top 2 goal scorers in Serie A, Napoli's Victor Osimhen on 14 goals at the moment, and Atlanta's Ademola Lookman on 12 goals. I think that is big. But as a whole, the Serie A is served up a very, very interesting weekend.
Yeah.
Massive upsets. AC Milan lost 5-2 against Sassuolo at home.
No.
And the Juventus as well lost at home to Monza.
Milan are down bad, man.
No.
Because we just heard the news about how they might be losing a player to Bournemouth recently. They're losing
Right,
5-2.
Zaniolo,
At
true.
least this is not the AC Milan we grew up on, and it's quite sad to see.
Yeah, it's
But-
not the same as in Milan. We said at the beginning.
We are speaking about what's going good. Yeah, like you said, the Nigerian boys are flying. Osimhen
Right.
is about to deliver Napoli a league title.
True.
And that's been a very long time since they've done that.
Okay, it was a very big weekend of football. Welcome back to Sangalooo. The guys are here. Shopty on the right wing and Mr. D coming
In the
through
midfield.
top 9, right?
Midfielder.
Oh, he's midfielder. Be
Yeah.
8 or 10. Which one?
I'm 10.
We are playing diamond formation. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
let's go.
Let us start off with the FA Cup, right? Big fixtures, big results as well. Manchester City versus Arsenal, which was the most...
We haven't seen since then.
We haven't seen since
No,
then.
we've not.
We saw on Friday, and then the match was played
Yeah,
Friday evening. So Manchester City versus Arsenal, I remember saying it was either going to go one of 2 ways. Either both teams come into that game and just give their all as a prelude to what we'll see when they both face each other in the league, in the EPL. But it happened that Arteta sort of just rested a few key players and just focused on the EPL.
Yeah.
So what did you think about the game?
Yeah, it was a good game. It actually kind of showed the strength of Arsenal in that game because, as you said, he rested a few players and Arsenal didn't look bad. They were creating chances very well. They caught, it was a pretty even game. And considering the fact that City played most of their best players and Arsenal didn't, and only won by a goal to nil, that speaks volumes about Arsenal.
And at home too.
Exactly. So, Arsenal, they can walk out there with their shoulders held high.
Of course. Looking at that game, when I saw the first half, I saw the lineups and I said, okay, we had a discussion also that Arteta is just trying to give the game out because all their focus is rightly on Premier League.
So it's going to be a different ball game entirely when we saw the Premier League fixture.
Right, definitely. Another big fixture was Manchester United versus Reading. Reading had one old Manchester United player in the dugout leading the side, Paul Ince, one of the
Paul Ince.
His son was also plays for Reading, and
Nepotism baby.
He did.
It's a nepotism baby. Yeah.
He did quite all right. He was very influential for them, and he was responsible for one of their only goal. The match ended 3-1 in favor of Manchester United. But one standout performer for me was Casemiro, scoring 2 great goals.
Of course. What do you think?
Yeah, 2 really good goals. Both finishes were exquisite. He's entered Man United's midfield like a dog to water. He's comfy there, and he's showing that he's still. Because when he left Real Madrid, he was one of the best midfielders in the world. And he just said that I haven't dropped those levels. I'm still as focused. 5 Champions League. I don't care. I still want to win the FA Cup, and it's impressive to see.
Right, definitely. I feel like that gives us a beautiful segue into our question of the day. The question of the day. Is Casemiro the best signing in the EPL this season? It's a question. In my opinion, he's right up there, maybe even the best signing in the Premier League
you can't
this
say
season.
the best.
No, I can say. No. I can say. Can you say? That's the question.
The Premier,
I'm not saying.
I think he's in the
let me hear.
I think he's in the conversation, but I don't know if I'll give him the best signing. Best signing, I think Odegaard was completed.
Yeah, this is
now, so it was on loan. So there's Odegaard. He's definitely in the conversation. He's probably in top 3. I haven't given him much thought. He should be in the conversation. Yeah,
He should be. That's what I'm saying, that it's not. You can't categorically say it's the best.
Okay, no, the best is Haaland now.
Haaland side this season.
Haaland is the best.
Where will you put Haaland? Haaland is the best.
Although Haaland gotten worse.
So what's what are we saying, right?
City might win the Premier League.
Yes.
You have to give it to Haaland.
Of course, definitely.
At the moment, we have to give it PFA and sign on.
But definitely, we can say Casemiro is one of the
He's
best.
definitely off top of my head, I'll say he's in top 5 best signings.
He's in top 5,
second,
maybe top 5, top 3.
Okay, excellent. In my opinion, Casemiro has been the best signing of the season so far. There might be that bias, but the truth is, this is a player who has come into that squad and elevated the team, elevated the style of play, elevated everything about the squad.
Haaland
With Haaland, the goals are coming in, but you can still see those question marks, and you can see
what are the question marks?
what are the
as a striker, as a
hold on.
striker, the guy has delivered.
Let's lead the conversation to where it's supposed to go, right? We're saying Haaland has come into that squad and sort of disrupted the attacking flow. He's scoring those goals, right? Especially at home. 4 hat-tricks. You can't even write it off, right? You can't even say he's not the best signing out and out, right? But these are some of the conversations. Did he disrupt Man City's attacking play? Did he or did he not? But yeah, we can put that out to the fans. Who do you think is the best signing of the season? The question of the day is Casemiro the best signing of the season so far? Because we don't have too much time, let us move right into Brighton versus Liverpool, another big fixture in the FA Cup that happened over the weekend. Yeah. Brighton ended up winning that game by 2-1, and yesterday it was. I didn't expect it. In my opinion,
why didn't you expect it? It's Brighton for crying out loud.
I expected it, and I expected the last time they beat us as well. That's where I'm sure the viewers are tired. That's where Liverpool are. Liverpool are just.
This guy is just trying to push me.
Like
Qasim said it.
If you want to hear it for the 100th time, Liverpool are broken this season. But funny enough, that game was actually one of the games where we played better than we played in recent weeks.
Of course.
So yeah, I guess it's good to have Darwin Núñez back in the team. I'd have liked if he started that game, but yeah, he came on and looked alright again. Unfortunate goal we conceded, but yeah, that was more of the same for Liverpool, really.
Right.
Nothing really to
Yeah. Concerning that game, Brighton has elevated their game. I will keep shouting and praising Brighton because we can see Brighton moving from here to here. They're now competing with us, despite the fact that we know that Liverpool has dropped form this season. Same thing as Chelsea. But this season, they've met my expectation. I'm talking about Brighton right now.
Yeah.
So let's look forward. Hopefully next season, we'll see better.
That Mitoma, what a player.
That guy.
Kaori Mitoma, definitely. And that's definitely somewhere that we can go right after that conversation about Brighton and Liverpool. So the Premier League has its January transfer window ending in less than 24 hours, thereabouts. It closes 11 p.m. tomorrow. That's about 24 hours or thereabouts. Yeah. So Brighton are playing hardball with Moses Caicedo and Arsenal. Arsenal have submitted 2 bids. They rejected both. The first one was about 27 million. The second one, as at this morning, 73 million thereabouts. 73 million pounds.
Rejected.
And they rejected it immediately. What's going on?
We know that they stand up for 90 million.
Yeah, they're holding
90 million or nothing. So let's just hope. Same thing applies to the one Chelsea has been chasing. I think it's an opportunity for us now because the whole situation around Partey, and Partey has been good for them this season actually. So they needed somebody to compete with Partey because to
cover up for him
when the whole case blow up, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next future. Do you understand? So they really need that on course for their, for their title winning
challenge.
Chelsea. I think Brighton are doing what every club in Europe is doing at the moment. If you want who we think is our best player, you're spending
you have to pay premium.
That's just where we are at football now. And they're probably going to try and hold out until the summer because maybe in summer, maybe Liverpool might come back. Chelsea, if they don't get their man, maybe Arsenal will be more desperate. It can go on a bit because his value might just drop by summer, like how with the Sancho case, like they could have sold him for 90 million, then they did, and ended up selling for 70 million. So it's a tricky game they're playing, and we'll see if it works for them.
Yeah, that's definitely something. Also, another transfer story: Tielemans might be on Manchester United's radar, seeing as Eriksen has picked up a knock. And Manchester United do need a deep line playmaker in the mode of Eriksen. So they are looking at Tielemans, but it's still a rumor. We don't know how that will go. There's still one day in the transfer market.
Yeah. There's something wrong with Tielemans. There's a reason why nobody wants to go near him. Because he's a really good player. You respect him to have left. In fact, you'd expect him not to have even gone to Leicester, and then being at Leicester, respected him to have left Leicester since. But I think his off the ball is just too poor. He's so poor off the ball. Like, he doesn't give anything. He doesn't really chase back. And in the Premier League as a midfielder, I think at the top level,
I think deep lying.
I think that's what's keeping him from us going to the next level. And because of that reason, I would recommend you sign him, to be honest. I think maybe if he goes to a city where they have all possession and they can bring him into the squad. But in a normal football team that's going to have to work hard,
So what do you really think, guys? What will you say concerning Tielemans and Jorginho?
But I think they're different. So Tielemans is a box-to-box player that doesn't have energy, but Jorginho is actually a deep line. He does want to understand. And he has the passing range that Tielemans doesn't have. It's just better.
But actually, as a box to box, as you said, you need
He
energy.
needs more energy, like, because you
Just
can't run the other
Kante,
way,
you
and
have
it's a
to
problem.
move. It's a problem.
Okay,
It's a big
okay.
problem.
That's another question for viewers out there. Who do you think Manchester United should bring in before the transfer window closes in January for Eriksen, who suffered a knock against against Reading, right? In fact, there was something that I saw very interesting. Manchester United fans were taunting Andy Carroll, and he ended up making 2 bad tackles, 2 yellow cards, and he got sent off at the end of the game.
But watching that match, first of all, seeing Andy Carroll playing football again is a big surprise. And you just know that he does look like he's out of shape. He's not a footballer. Right. That beard does not like football's beard. I don't think he was going to be clumsy. I knew I bet on that red card because he looked like a fan brought onto the pitch, and you could tell that he knows he's Andy Carroll instead who he used to be. So that passion was ramped up. So he had to get sent.
But yeah, let us move on very quickly from the Premier League. In the Serie A, Nigerian boys are doing a madness. The top 2 goal scorers in Serie A, Napoli's Victor Osimhen on 14 goals at the moment, and Atlanta's Ademola Lookman on 12 goals. I think that is big. But as a whole, the Serie A is served up a very, very interesting weekend. Yeah. Massive upsets. AC Milan lost 5-2 against Sassuolo at home.
No.
And the Juventus as well lost at home to Monza.
Milan are down bad, man. Because we just heard the news about how they might be losing a player to Bournemouth recently. They're losing 5-2.
True.
This is not the AC Milan we grew up on. And it's quite sad to see.
Yeah, it's not the same AC Milan we see at the beginning.
We are speaking about what's going good. Yeah, like you said, the Nigerian boys are flying. Osimhen is about to deliver Napoli a league title.
True.
That's been a very long time since they've done that.
Yeah. Actually, if you look like the likes of former strikers Napoli has had in the past, like of Cavani and co.
Insigne.
Higuain broke the record there. They had what's it called? The likes of their playmakers in terms of Maradona, and they are kind of like, I love their fan base. When you're giving them what they want to see, they back you. Energy. True that. I mean, as a striker, and you know you're on good form this season, you want to score goals there in their game in, game out, because the way they write your name, even me being a Chelsea fan, I love to hear the way they run. They'll be calling your father wherever he is in his house. This is my son. They are shouting my son name. White people
talking about goals and
Italians shouting my father's name.
Don't get started on Italians.
That's true. That's very, very good. I mean, Napoli where they are at the moment. Now, talking about goals and roaring, Osimhen actually scored a roaring goal against Roma. That goal was amazing. That goal was amazing. First goal, and they ended up winning 2-1. That
was ridiculous. Took it on his chest, off his knee, and then...
And the funniest part was that he was literally waiting. He told the guy,
bring that ball.
Give it to me. I'm in a high position. And if you look at him, he was like, he's a kind of player like the way he thinks. It's just like split seconds. I love players. That shows the difference between an average player and an elite player. Do you understand? The quick second thinking, how you're going to control the ball in the midst of 3 or 5 people. Look at that moment, he knows that I can chest in the ball. It's a cross. Chest in, touch here, and then bang!
That's composure. Most people dive at that with their head. It's a lie. He said, I can see the space control. And the first shot took away from the defender.
And we know that Mourinho always jam-packed the box 18. Everybody, bro, it was good to see that guy.
So another thing I want to point out for Napoli is the partnership between Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen. They seem to be on the same wavelength. They seem to understand themselves very well. And that guy, Kvaratskhelia, that guy is a baller. He's a baller. One of those hidden gems. I mean, he plays for Georgia. Who goes to Georgia to DC to go and look for a footballer?
That's what I'm saying now.
Place?
No, but sure,
please, let's forget about all these 100 million players.
No, can we just 80 to 100 M now? 80
to 100.
Yes,
standard now.
Sure.
Standard now.
Most definitely.
Who wants to buy that guy now? We'll be bidding 80 to 100.
Most definitely. But talking about talismanic players, we're going to move on now from Serie A to La Liga, where something very big actually happened. Inaki Williams of Atletico Bilbao missed his first game in, this is how many years? 7 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Playing for Athletic Bilbao.
First La Liga game.
First La Liga game in 7 years.
From
Inaki Williams, yes. From 2016.
It's a world record.
It's a world record. 6 years actually, 251 consecutive games.
Mad.
and he missed out on that game because he had an injury. But I mean, that's a workhorse. That's a workhorse.
That's a manager's dream, a player of top level that understands your vision. In fact, it's a club's dream to just have that player all the way. When new players come in, he passes the message on. Is he captain yet? He should be captain. Like
I don't know if he's captain yet.
He's not the Ghanaian.
I don't know about that yet. But yeah, that's definitely something that was interesting that happened over the weekend. Inaki Williams did miss his first game in 6 years. But on the table, there's just 5 points now between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Or there is now 5 points. I mean, the gap just increased. Real Madrid drew. They lost out on bagging 3 points. They drew, and Barcelona seemed to run away with it.
Because I don't know why. I saw this coming a long time. I was shouting, even before the game yesterday, I said, Real Madrid is going to draw that match. Because, yes, I was telling somebody, we had a conversation before this. I said, guy, Real Madrid won't win the game. They won't even score a goal. They thought I was joking because if you look at, I've been following Real Sociedad for the past 6-7 games. They've been tough. And they've not lost. Do you understand? And they won their last 5 matches before that match. What do you expect? They will give it all out. And they know that, okay, if you score, I'm going to score. You are not going to win that match. It's so difficult to win that kind of game.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right. But
and
of course,
looking at them, they've been up and down.
Seeing Benzema draw a blank, seeing Vinicius Junior also draw a blank in such a game where they needed to put the pressure on Barcelona.
Yeah.
What's happening at Real Madrid?
Because the kind of opponent they are playing. Do you understand? And honestly speaking, Real Madrid this season are not be consistent. Do you understand? They lose, they draw. Kind of like if you're looking at teams that win leagues and everything, they are consistent to some level. Look at the likes of Arsenal that we are talking about. They've not just one game this season. Do you understand? They've won, they drew. Do you understand? They won a lot of matches. They've not lost at home. They won all their own games. That's consistency. Do you understand? So when you're not consistent enough, you lose points. That's just it.
Okay, that's interesting. But talking about consistency, let us quickly do a very quick round. I don't know. Jerry is giving me scissors. telling me to come. But yeah, let's do a very quick roundup of Bundesliga, where Bayern Munich are actually one of the most inconsistent top sides in the world so far. There's just 3 points, interestingly, between the top 5 teams in Bundesliga at the moment. Bayern Munich first, Union Berlin second, RB Leipzig third, Dortmund fourth, and Freiburg fifth. Just 3 points separates Bayern and Freiburg. Yeah. They've all played 18 games, and it looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, Bayern are in pretty bad form. They've drawn 3 games in a row now. Nagelsmann, they won his head. Yeah, it's looking like the Bundesliga is up for grabs for the first time
in a long time.
In more than 8 years.
It's great to see.
Remember at the end of last season, we were decrying Bayern Munich winning the league again, and the stronghold that they have on the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like
in second. Who is in second again?
Union Berlin. That's an outlier.
Dortmund or Leipzig. Like it's
Union
crazy in the
Berlin.
Bundesliga.
They've been good actually in their last 5 matches. Union Berlin has been good. Freiburg has been consistent in their last 5 matches. Leipzig actually they've been pouring in the goals. That shows that. Let me tell you something. I realized something like in this transfer window that just this summer, players has an effect in the team. No matter how big or how average or how small the player is. Look at when they've been good, but when they had a more attacking flair up front, I'm talking about Leipzig, the likes of Timo back in the team. Timo understands German football. You understand the pace. He had the pace, and he can. He had a lot of workforce when it comes to game on and off the ball. You can see the work of Timo Werner, and it has been paying off for Leipzig. And I will say this also: losing Lewandowski, honestly speaking,
for Bayern,
it was a big problem.
And then Mane hasn't been great. He's been injured.
I mean, he got injured, and he just
came back. Even whilst he was still playing, they weren't really. He hasn't gotten as comfortable as they would like to see him get as things go on, but still in the Champions League.
That's interesting. To quickly wrap things up, talking about consistency, Novak Djokovic won his 22nd Grand Slam title ever. He beat Tsitsipas to win the Australian Open. That's the 10th time he's winning the Australian Open, and that's big. But another big thing that happened for me as a Manchester United fan was Djokovic actually copied Rashford's celebration after winning the Australian Open.
It's so funny.
Guys, but the funniest part is that he did not copy.
Let them have it.
Welbeck owns the celebration.
As in, let them have it.
Rashford copied.
Okay.
So
someone showed me one thing of Djokovic. Djokovic is following. He's not even following Rashford. So the guy just got one thing in his request on Instagram. Like, me, I message
all these Man U fans.
Who is it?
I mean, he doesn't. Okay, so this is the thing, right? He doesn't have to follow Rashford to see.
No, because Rashford tagged him in the post. Rashford tagged as if they're their guys.
Yeah.
You know, don't follow the guy. The DM is inside his request.
But yeah, that's where it stands on the, you know, with tennis. Djokovic currently stands 5th on the ATP rankings.
Yeah. No, he's moved up to 1 since that win.
Since the win?
Yep, he's world number 1.
That means it wasn't updated on the website, because I did check it just before coming on.
So he's world number 1, that's 22 Grand Slams, and I think another important part of this story is that the last Australia Open, he missed out of it because he refused to take the COVID vaccine. And they asked him that, are you willing to sacrifice future Grand Slams, sacrifice an opportunity to be greatest of all time over standing your ground on it? And he said yes, he was. And for him to come back and win the 22nd,
and then win it,
it's like
I do what I want and I still win. On you guys, man.
And I still win.
Yeah, definitely. And that's interesting. Let us know what you think about the question of the day. Is Casemiro the best signing in the Premier League this season? Of course, put your comments in the comment sections anywhere.
And is Djokovic the good? I think that's a good question.
I mean, of course.
Because now he's equal. Nobody has more
Grand Slam titles than him.
No, I think he's equal.
No, he's equal with Nadal. 22 Grand Slams.
22 Grand Slam. Equal with Nadal.
And both. This is another one that will go down the wire. I mean, like the Messi, Ronaldo debate.
Somewhere there who has his own arguments.
Right. Definitely let us know in the comment sections below. We'll catch you guys in the next one. That's an episode. Peace.